Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host, Frank the Vamp, and welcome to another edition of 80s Movies Showdown. If you've never seen this segment before, it's where we take two great 80s movies, we compare them against each other, using crazy categories such as best story, funniest moment, cool skills, keen factor, scare factor, and fun factor, with me being the tiebreaker. And tonight, a little bit of explanation before we begin the video. One is that the original idea was to put the movies Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare on Elm Street versus the original Friday the 13th. The problem is I didn't think it was fair for Friday the 13th, since Jason, spoilers, by the way, there's spoilers on all my 80s movies. Showdown video needs get it. So haven't seen these movies, please turn them out, turn the video off, go watch them, and come back and enjoy, and you'll enjoy it even more. Now, having said that, you know, Jason is barely in it. It's only a small cameo on Friday the 13th Part 1. So I would have to done like Part 2 against Part 2 or something like that for it to work. So I'm gonna work on it, but not just yet. So for today, I decided for an awesome video where and I hope you guys like it, because we're gonna pin a Nightmare on Elm Street with another 80s franchise that's still powerful today, which is Child's Play. Yes, Chucky versus Freddy, and probably Freddy will say some cool lines saying, "Hey, what is this? Where am I dreaming about Toy Story?" And then Chucky will say, "Well, it's not the size, asshole. It's what you do with it," or something like that. I could just imagine them going back and forth. They got to make a movie about that. That would be too cool. But anyways, so let's, with no further to do, let's go to the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is all for you, and this is all for fun. So let's have fun. So, A Nightmare on Elm Street was made in 1984, directed by the incredible Wes Craven, starring the amazing, incredible, always Freddy Robert Englund, the veteran actor John Saxon, the beautiful Heather Langenkamp, and of course the very, very young Johnny Depp at that point. It's gonna be facing off against Child's Play, made in 1988, directed by the incredible Tom Holland, starring the one and only voice of Chucky, Brad Dourif, and making a physical appearance at the beginning of the film, and also Chris Sarandon, I'm sorry, Catherine Hicks, and Alex Vincent. First category that we're going to go for is best story. So let's begin with Nightmare on Elm Street. So we got you know a long time ago, we got this this child killer named Freddy Krueger that gets caught by the police, but gets off on a technicality, enraging the parents of the victims, which decide to take vigilante justice and take law into his own hands, and they burn Freddy alive. Yee. So Freddy's vengeful spirit comes back from the death, years later, to take revenge on their kids. And one by one, they drop like dominoes as the vengeful spirit of Freddy Krueger comes back from the dead to with his pretty cool, awesome glove to exact revenge, but not just regular revenge, by invading their dreams. And if they die in their dreams, they die in real life. So really cool original story. Now we go with Child's Play. Now Child's Play, it's a little, it's basically the tale of this kid, Andy, that really, really wants this good guy doll. And this good guy doll was really, really popular, and all the kids have it, and he wanted to have it. He's only like 6 years old, so her mother doesn't save enough, and those dolls cost a fortune, and she's like a single mom. So, as luck will have it, she finds one, but little does she know that that specific doll, it's where earlier on the film we find out Brad Dourif, playing a serial killer, that he's being chased down by Chris Sarandon playing a detective, and he gets pinned down inside a toy store, where he's critically wounded. He, knowing voodoo, he decides to transfer his soul to the doll, the very same doll that poor little Andy is getting, and shit's gonna go down. So, what's the better story? I'm gonna tell you right off the bat that these two films is incredibly hard for me because these two films are just so awesome. I enjoy them both. Can't tell you how many times I see them. I mean, I really really love the fact that the voodoo transfer and how cool it is. But I mean, I can't take away the fact that I mean, Freddy Krueger, going into the I mean, your nightmares are so freaking scary. You guys should watch my review of Nightmare on Elm Street if you haven't done so. Because it's your nightmares is like do you guys know why it's the scariest thing ever? It's because they're designed by your insecurities, your fears, even the ones you don't even know you have. So knowing that a serial killer is going right after you and something that you can't even control is it's you're not even safe when you're at home sleeping. So point goes to Nightmare on Elm Street. So we go to category number two, which is coolest kill. Now this is really hard to decide as well. The coolest kill from Nightmare, there were very many. I definitely like Johnny Depp's death as the number one. I, being when I was going in the 80's when I watched this movie, I didn't watch it on 84, watched it more like an 88 probably because I wasn't of age. And, I was turning into a teenager then. And I really, really, you know, I could relate to Johnny Depp, watching TV with my headphones on the bed. Shoot, I still do that with my laptop now. I put my laptop on my tummy, which is probably not very good for your health, but that's my favorite way to watch it. But knowing that you're gonna get pulled down and inside the bed, and then a gush of blood will splatter everywhere. It's one of the iconic, coolest kills of the movie. Unbelievable, love it. But now, can Charles Play top that? Well, um, we definitely get one that I think can give it a run for its money, which is when they're at a mental institution and Chucky kills the doctor by, first of all, stabbing him with a scalpel, ouch, and then strapping the electroshock device to the guy, and then frying, literally, repeatedly shocking, huge balls of electricity to the guy's brains and killing him in front of the 6-year-old. To me, there's the kills of Chucky there is just too creative. Chucky gets the point. So 1-1. Now we go to funniest moment. May I say that these two movies don't have as many funny moments as other in the series. Most of these series went campy later, which is to some people's chagrin, to some people's happiness, some people's anger. The whatever way you look at it depends on your taste. But definitely the films got lighter rather than darker. Now Chucky's trying to come back to dark. Also, Nightmare tried to go back to dark, but but we're talking about this film. There's just not a lot of funny moments. They're both very dark films. One moment that is funny is when the phone leaking Nancy incident when it's calling Nancy. She answers the phone and a little thong comes out and starts licking her on the cheek. Very funny. Now, in Child's Play, there's the obscene gesture by the homeless guy that had the doll, and also when Chris Arando's partner decides to touch Chucky against his partner's advice, which is a little funny, but no, definitely. you know, leaking, leaking phone gag, way funnier. Nightmare gets the point, so Nightmare's ahead 2-1. Now, I decided to go against skin factor because I think it would have been too unfair for Child's Play because there's not a lot of skin that can be shown when you got a 6 year old and most of the movie going on, so it's kind of be unfair. So we're gonna transfer that to coolest weapon. So the weapon of choice by Nightmare is, of course, the glove. I wish I had one. Man, I gotta buy one so too. That's because they're really really cool. And it's unbelievable the way that the uses that he does in so many ways throughout the series. In this film, is just basically a slasher device, but it's so cool. It's creative. It hadn't been seen before. We've seen the chainsaw with Leatherface. We've seen the knife by Michael Myers, and we've seen the machete by Jason Voorhees. And but we hadn't seen the real cool one here. So we're definitely going with um, oh yeah, and we got in basically, yeah, we can say that Chucky just uses the knife, but remember he's very creative. He uses a toy hammer in the beginning to kill the girl's best friend, and there's also the scaffold. There's all kinds of ways. Oh, killing the voodoo doll, all that stuff. But still, the glove is just too cool. So Nightmare gets the point, so 3-1. So we go to we got a scare factor. Um, so we got basically on Nightmare the fingers. When Freddy's cutting off his fingers, and also when he opens up his gut and then reveals like pus and worms coming out. That's really messed up. That's really weird. Then we got John, the voodoo priest, gets killed by Chucky by his own voodoo doll that's in possession of Chucky. They're both made a good, creepy point. But man, that gut with the pus really did the job. Scare factor goes to the darker field, which is Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's 4-1. So for fun factor, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for I think it was so cool to watch. Like you already know right off the bat that Freddy was the killer. He was all set up for you. We have to think a little bit for Child's Play. So I thought like fighting the mystery and also feeling bad for poor little Andy. No one believed in, and originally they were trying to do something like that. That it was gonna be like they're gonna try to they wanted you to guess whether the doll was really alive or it was just Andy's mental problem. But definitely, so the fan factor goes to goes to Child's Play. But the winner, overall winner, 4-2 is a Nightmare on Elm Street. So cool little updates. There's more videos coming up. Sorry about the bad way. I've been sick. But and there's some movies I don't have doing the 80's movie showdown. I thank you for Dead Dan and Grumpy Andrew and doing later on um, the Howling versus An American Werewolf in London, and also I'm doing the Critters versus Ghoulies. So stay tuned for all that. Plus, also got other videos coming up. But before I leave, I just started wondering, what if I'm dreaming all this? What if I'm not really making this video and Freddy can still come and get me? Okay, this can't be normal. Especially because my hand is actually here and my other hand is here. So who are these two hands belong to? Folks, I think I'm gonna cut this video short because I think Freddy's mad because he didn't want 6 nothing. So if you If you like the video, please leave comments. If you didn't like it, leave comments. Also, if you want to subscribe, please feel free to do so. I love you all. Take care, and I'm gonna try to reason with Freddy to see how I can get these creepy hands off my face. So, uh, Mr. Kruger, I didn't kill you, man. I was like, and I was trying to be fair, you know. Uh, it looks like this is gonna be a long discussion. Take it easy, guys. Be blessed, and see you in the next 80s movie showdown. Hmm.